Hi, my name is John, and welcome to another Zeros Ones video. In this video, I'm going to show how to upgrade your Windows 7 computer, Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit computer, to Windows 10 using your Windows 7 product key. All right, first thing you want to do though is go to the Microsoft and get the Windows 10 Media Creation tool and put that onto a USB drive. I already have it installed here on the computer on the USB drive. Actually, this is going to be a brand new hard drive. This computer's hard drive failed, so I put in a new hard drive. And I'm going to just use the product key that's on this eMachine computer, the Windows 7 product key, and see if I can do a clean installation of Windows 10. So to start, we got to get the computer to boot off of the USB drive. So I'm going to start the computer up, and on this computer I hit the F12 key to get into the boot order. So we wait, just started up the computer, and there we go, F12, press the F12 key. That gets me into the boot order here. And I want to select my USB drive, which is listed here as a SanDisk USB drive. Just go through this one here would be your hard drive. This one here is your DVD player. If you burn a disk, do it that way. You'd select that. But I'm using a USB drive, thumb drive, so that's it right there. So I'm going to select that one. Press enter. It should when it reboots, it should boot off of that hard drive, and here we go. Off of the thumb drive, I mean. That's the start of it. Let's see what happens. So far I don't like this. There we go. Here's a little something that's better. A little activity. We'll just watch it for a minute, see what happens. This is an older eMachine. It's actually a Celeron processor with 3 gigs of memory. There we go. Okay. I have a mouse. It's always a good sign. And United States, that's where I am. United States, US. I'm going to click Next. And we want to install. Setup is starting. That's a good sign. Now, you're only able to do this if you have the latest version of the Windows 10 Media Creation tool. The first version, it wouldn't work supposedly with the key. So here, we're supposed to type in our key. I got my key off of the side panel, just the tag, the Windows 7 tag on the computer. So I'm going to punch in my key code, my product key, and we'll see how it works. And I'm gonna pause right here the video so I can put in my key. All right, it accepted the Windows 7 product key code off the side of the computer. And here's the next screen. Took a little took a little time, like a minute, minute and a half, minute, something like that. But I'm going to click I accept, click next. And I'm going to do a clean install. So I'm going to do a custom install. And this is where we're going to put it. Select that drive. That's all we have to do. Now click next. And the process is starting. Again, this was on a bare hard drive. I just bought it, a replacement hard drive, Western Digital hard drive, because the hard drive in this computer failed. And put in the new hard drive. The computer previously had Windows 7 Home Premium on it. And I used the Windows 7 Home Premium product key to do a clean install on the new hard drive of Windows 10 Premium, Home Premium 64-bit. And it seems to be working. What I'm going to do here, because we're just going through, after it copies the files and that and gets going, when it asks for something new, when something changes, to save time, I'll start the video again. So I'm going to just pause the video for a little while. But it's working. It's just copying. We're at 9%. I can show you here. I'll tighten up on the screen a bit. Show you. It's copying the files. So again, I'll pause the video for a while and I'll come back once there's something else going on. We're only at 12% here, so I'll be back. All right, as you can see, we've got all the files ready. Now we've installed features, installing updates, and we're finishing up. This getting files ready for installation so far took a little while. It took I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes on this computer. So we're restarting. Now you want to take out your USB here. You don't want it in there now. So pull it out. And it should begin. Because if you leave the USB in, it's possible it could boot off of it. It could boot off of it and you just start the process over again. So again, you want to pull that out. When it's going to do its first reboot, that's when you pull out your USB or take out your DVD or CDs, whatever media you're using to upgrade to Windows 10 from. So now we wait patiently for the next step, but so far everything's gone smoothly. And I'm as curious as you are as to how long this is going to take. this part. We'll find out together. Oh, getting devices ready. That's a good sign. Always like to see movement. It's getting ready. Well, still getting ready. So, sorry about the dead air, but can't think of much to talk about. And I'm not sure if I should pause or if something's going to happen shortly. So we'll just wait for a little bit. Not the most exciting video ever created. All right, I'm gonna pause the video, and then once something changes, I'll start it up again. All right, that getting ready step took about three minutes, and then the computer rebooted itself, and that's where we're at now. It's rebooting again. It's rebooting up. It's booting up after that getting ready step. So we're back to recording. So far, it's done everything automatically. So here we are. On to the next step after getting ready and a reboot. Watching the spinning dots. I'm going to pause again, and I'll let you know how long this step takes, but there's no sense in just watching this. So I'm going to pause, and I'll come back when the next step starts. Okay, we're on to the next step. That only took a minute or two. And here we start with some of the settings. Actually here, if you want to use express settings, that's fine, you can do that. I myself don't like to use the express settings. So I'm going to custom settings. Here's where some of the intrusion or what some people don't like about all the tracking that goes on with Windows 10. So by default, it's all on, but you can shut some of this stuff off. Personalize your speech typing and ink input by sending contacts, calendars, details, this kind of stuff. I turn this off. On that first page, let me see something else here. We have to scroll down here. Here, this one, turn on Find My Device and let Windows and apps request your location. Okay, I'll leave that on. That's okay. Let's go on. Next. But again, this is all up to you. Or again, you can use the express settings. This I don't like, this connect automatically to hotspots and stuff, so I'm going to shut that off. I'm not going to any of this networking stuff automatically connect. You know, These are almost more like for phones, not for computers, this area. This is okay to send error reports and diagnostics to Microsoft. So let's go next. This is all right. I leave all this on. Predict, improve, reading. This one I shut off here. Get updates from and send updates to other PCs on the internet, speed up. I shut that off. But you can leave it on. Not a big deal. All right, we're on to the next step. Those are just personal. All those settings are your personal preference. And they can be changed later on. Not a big deal. All right, sometimes these moments take a while. So I'm going to pause the recording part, and when it makes a change, I'll start it up again. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're on to the next step. That only took a minute or two again for that last segment to finish. Now here's where there's two different ways to set up accounts with Windows 10. One is using an email or phone number, and that'll link you to the Windows Store, App Store, and that kind of stuff. Also, your Microsoft account and other things online, and gives you verification like for that. Or you can do a standard Windows account where you had a username, and if you wanted a password, just like a standard Windows 7 account. This is a little different. You can create one if you don't have one. Also here, you can use like a Yahoo email address or a Hotmail or other email addresses in here. But for me, I'm going to use a standard like login, create a user. So what you need to do is go skip this step. Now here, at the next page is where you can create a standard Windows logon account. So for me, I'm going to just do this. And I'm not going to have a password. I'm not even sure if it'll let me do that, but let's see. Well, it looks like it's going to let me proceed without a password. Okay, just created the user 01. A little play on zeros, ones. And we're on to just a moment again. So far, so good on the clean installation. Ooh, there it is. Hi. Windows 10 is coming alive. There it is. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but when Windows 10 is installing and it gets to this point, this blue screen here, it's lighter and darker, like it's breathing or pulsing. You can notice it, but I don't know if you can notice it on the video, because the camera might be changing for the light effect. But that way, that kind of tells it it's not frozen. So it's still doing something, because that pulse, that little breathing effect, the changing of the color, the blue background. It's getting ready. Do we need a drum roll? That was my impression of a drum roll on my desk. Again, the question is, how long do I let this run? I'm gonna again pause the video. If we move on to something, I'll start it up again. And I'll keep track of how long this little area takes, this section. All right. Okay, that was only about a minute. Then I got this next little warning. Don't turn off your PC. Came up, showed up at the bottom. And we're at that point. The background, the blue background, is still doing its little shift of color, slight shift of brightness, really. So I'll pause the video again. I'll be back if something changes. All right, we're back. Next thing, just a few more tweaks. And that previous section, it only took like a minute or so. And then we're on to this, just a few more tweaks. We're watching this in real time now. The color shift of the background still occurs. Next, we'll be ready soon. So again, this was installed on a fresh hard drive using the existing Windows 7 product key. Let's start. Well, searching for a display driver. I'm going to close this window. It looks like we're there. Let's see. Click. There we are. Windows 10. Let's watch Task Manager to see what no running apps. So, right. Look at that, there we go, Windows 10. Running on Windows 10 clean install using just your Windows 7 product key. All right, that's it. Well, I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for stopping by.